Good morning. I'm Storm Track meteorologist Sarah Canty. Seeing a few clouds out there this morning. No rain just yet, but rain chances really ramp up later this afternoon into the evening. That's all coming up in your Storm Track 7-day forecast. The CBS 42 Morning News starts right now.
Good morning, Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, Anniston, and all of Central Alabama. You're watching the CBS 42 Morning News.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks so much for waking up with us. I'm Alex Finney. Breaking overnight, Tuscaloosa authorities are investigating after an officer-involved shooting. Here are the details. It happened last night around 10 on 3rd Street East and 24th Avenue East. Officers were responding to a domestic violence call between a man and his girlfriend. The officers tried to talk to the 39-year-old suspect and realized at that time that he was armed. They asked him to raise his hands and get down on his knees. We know the man didn't comply and instead raised his gun. Officers exchanged shots with the suspect, striking him. Tuscaloosa Police Chief Steve Anderson says he's grateful that none of his officers were hurt.
You know, this is always one of the most dangerous calls that we go on, domestic violence calls, because we're in somebody's house. We don't know what type of weapons they have in the house.
Well, the suspect was rushed to DCH in critical condition and airlifted to UAB Hospital overnight. The 3 officers are on administrative leave as the sheriff's office continues their investigation. Well, breaking right now, 2 people are facing charges in an overnight shooting in Tuscaloosa. 26-year-old Tamarcus Eichner is charged with attempted murder, and 37-year-old Kenneth Eichner is charged with assault. Investigators tell us Kenneth Eichner and the victim were in a dispute over a woman at the time. Witnesses say Tamarcus Eichner got out of his car and confronted the victim. He chased him for a few feet before shooting him. The 28-year-old victim was rushed to DCH after being struck in the lower back. Tamarcus and Kenneth Eichner will be held in the Tuscaloosa County Jail on a $60,000 bond each. Well, right now, the Jefferson County Sheriff's detectives are investigating after a man was shot and killed in Forestdale. It happened around 2 Saturday morning at an apartment complex on Crab Apple Lane. Someone inside the home reported hearing gunshots. Officers found 40-year-old Corey Evans lying at the top of the stairs when they arrived. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Now, the investigation in this incident is still ongoing, so if anyone has information, you were asked to contact the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office or Crime Stoppers. Their number is 205-254-7777.
I don't know.
Well, new this morning, a shelter in place is lifted after 3 people crash a car into the fence of Joint Base San Antonio Randolph. Officials spent hours going door to door looking for one of those suspects. 2 men were taken into custody shortly after that crash. It happened after a Guadalupe County deputy tried to pull over a driver in an SUV that had been reported stolen. A text was sent to families telling them to shelter in place while authorities searched for that 3rd suspect.
I don't know if they're armed and dangerous, but if they are on the base, I can't confirm that, but we're going to treat it as if they are still on the base. We're going to ensure the safety of all the residents within the perimeter.
The shelter in place was lifted around midnight, but the search for that 3rd suspect is still ongoing. New this morning, a cavalry of CAL FIRE choppers circled homes in Laval Valley, trying to save them during extreme fire conditions. People we know were evacuated early Saturday morning as firefighters continue to battle those flames across Sonoma County. The front of the fire is now burning northeast of the town of Sonoma. Firefighters say they're gaining ground in their battle against the deadliest wildfire in California's history. 2 of the largest fires are now nearly 50% contained. At least 40 people are dead, and 5,700 homes and other buildings have been destroyed. Chris Martinez has the latest from California.
From the air, you can see the massive scope of the fires burning through California's wine country. On Saturday, gusty winds helped fan the flames of the Nun Fire near the town of Sonoma, prompting new evacuations. Embers from the blaze caught this house on fire. As firefighters worked to put out the flames, a shed nearby melted and collapsed before our eyes. More than 9,000 firefighters are battling more than a dozen large fires across the state. Officials say overall they're making great progress.
This is the day that we have prayed for since Sunday night.
Thousands of people remain evacuated from their homes this weekend, and officials say they will not allow them to return until the fire danger subsides.
She's disabled. All right, let me get her feet.
That danger on full display in this body cam video showing first responders rushing to get people to safety last Sunday night. Local officials say they're still working to assess all the damage.
The count stands at 5,700 damaged and destroyed structures.
At least 20 investigators are working to figure out what caused the fires, but they say it could be weeks before they have any answers. Chris Martinez, CBS News, Sonoma, California.
Well, the fires are taking a massive financial toll on the region. Insurers estimate the damage could top $6 billion by the time it's all said and done. Well, here at home, fans will be packing into Talladega Superspeedway, and Storm Track meteorologist Sarah Canty is tracking the weather for us this morning because, Sarah, we know that it's a very big weekend, and a lot of people are going to be outside as a result of this race.
I feel like I'm going to be holding my breath all afternoon for everyone this afternoon, Alex. That race will kick off around 1, and keeping our fingers crossed the weather cooperates. Here's a live look right now in Hamilton, where there are some clouds in the sky. 67 in Hamilton and in Anniston, 70 right now in Birmingham, 66 for everyone in Talladega early this morning, 68 in Clanton and in Tuscaloosa, 66 right now in Fayette. No rain right now, but if you look off to our west, we do have this cold front that is going to start to track through our state. We're talking about all those tornadoes and whatnot up in the northwest. This is all associated with that, and this is going to the Midwest, not the Northwest. This is all going to track our way throughout the afternoon. Now, we do have a few showers popping up at random, really ahead of that front. That's why we could see a few passing showers in Talladega this afternoon, like around 2 o'clock. Some showers picking up on Futurecast in Pell City. They will be very random ahead of the front, but then once this front starts to get our way by around dinner time in West Alabama, it'll continue to track towards the east, and the better coverage of rain will be anywhere from 7 to 9 tonight, especially across the Birmingham metro, continuing to track towards the east. So look at the showers over Talladega late in the evening. It looks like the race may be okay with maybe a few delays here and there, but that is something we will be keeping an eye on through the rest of the evening. Now, much more is coming up in your Storm Track 7-day forecast. Alex.
All right, Sarah, thanks so much. Well, right now, a man is facing burglary charges after he's caught red-handed in Gardendale. Gardendale police released this photo of the suspect. You can see him as clear as day. Corey Terry is charged with burglary in the 3rd degree. Police tell us Terry was caught in the act of burglarizing a Gardendale business. He's being taken to the Jefferson County Jail on a $5,000 bond. Well, new this morning, the former president of Mexico spoke in Arizona this weekend, criticizing President Trump once again. Vincent Fox spoke at a cannabis conference and expo in Phoenix Saturday. Fox says Mexico just legalized medical marijuana, and many Mexicans support taking further action, which he believes will eliminate the black market and boost economies. Fox also touched on NAFTA as the U.S. tries to work out new terms with Mexico.
If Senor Trump keeps being so stubborn and forces GM and Chrysler and Ford to come back and manufacture in the United States, you just have to read history.
President Trump has said he's willing to walk away from the negotiating table if Mexico doesn't meet his demands. One is having to do with more car parts being American made, something that Fox says could really cause car companies to fail and lead to taxpayer bailouts. Well, last weekend, President Trump kept very busy, actually taking steps to dismantle the Affordable Care Act and the Iran nuclear deal. Trump tweeted Saturday after cutting ACA subsidies, saying, quote, "Very proud of my executive order. Millions of people benefit." Well, the president's actions eliminate $7 billion in annual payments to insurers, which was designed to bring down costs on the individual market.
That money is going to insurance companies to lift up their stock price.
The Congressional Budget Office says insurers could hike rates 20% next year because of the move. Meanwhile, President Trump is also warning of decertification in 60 days over the Iran deal. But the UK, France, and Germany issued a joint statement affirming they stand committed to the plan's, quote, full implementation. Your time right now, it is 6:10 this morning, and after more than 2 decades in prison, a man is finally free after his wrongful conviction. After the break, his long-term plans after his release. We're going to let you know what those are.
No rain this morning, but showers are making their way through the state. I will track that out for you and time it out for you coming out after the break. The CBS 42 Morning News continues in just a few minutes.